Hello and welcome to this week's Solution Saturday. In this video we're going to go through question 31 from the Consortium Group 2 2014 paper. Make sure to check out the other videos in the playlist for more work solutions from this paper and subscribe so you don't miss out on any of our other videos. Field crickets chirp according to the temperature of their surroundings. You can use the following rule to work out the temperature. Temperature in degrees Celsius is equal to the number of chirps per minute minus 40 divided by 7 plus 10. Freddie the field cricket chirps 61 times per minute. Work out the temperature of Freddie's surroundings. In this question, we have been given a formula. This question is testing your ability to use formulae and whether or not you can rearrange them to achieve the correct answer. It is always a good idea to rewrite the formula out and fill in the pieces of information you already have. We're trying to work out the temperature, so let's keep that on the left as T. We know the number of chirps per minute, so let's put that in, 61, and you can write out the rest of the formula as it is given to you in the question. Now, in order to work out the temperature, we need to make sure that we are using the correct order of operations. You will already know from class that a helpful way of remembering the correct order of operations is BIDMAS. The B stands for brackets, the I for indices, then we have division and multiplication, and finally addition and subtraction. We can see that we have brackets in our equation, so we know that this is the operation we need to do first. 40 subtracted from 61 gives us 21. Let's write out the rest of our equation and move on to the next step, which is dividing by 7. 21 divided by 7 is 3. And finally, we need to add 10, which gives us 13. So the answer is 13 degrees Celsius. Moving on to the second part of the question. Flora the field cricket chirps 41 times in 30 seconds. Work out the temperature of Flora's surroundings. Again, let's write out our formula and plug in our known information. We don't know the temperature, so let's leave that on the left as T. Now we need the number of chirps per minute. We are given this information here in the question. We always stress the importance of paying careful attention to units, and this is a perfect example of why this is so important. The question is giving us the number of chirps per 30 seconds, while the formula needs it per minute. Luckily, this is a simple conversion. We know that in 30 seconds, we have 41 chirps, and 30 multiplied by 2 gives us 60, which is the number of seconds in a minute. So we multiply both sides by 2 to give us our final answer for the number of chirps per minute. So we can now plug this into our equation. Now we can work out the temperature. Don't forget BIDMAS. 82 minus 40 gives us 42. 42 divided by 7 gives us 6. 6 plus 10 gives us 16. So we have a final answer of 16 degrees Celsius. And finally, the temperature of Flossie's surroundings is 18 degrees Celsius. Work out how many times Flossie chirps in 1 minute. In this case, we already know our temperature, which is 18, but we don't know the number of chirps per minute, so let's call this x. X minus 40 divided by 7 plus 10 is equal to 18. So hopefully you will remember from class how to solve for x in this situation. The first thing we do is minus 10. This gives us 8 equals x minus 40 divided by 7. Remember, we need to subtract 10 from both sides. The reason we do the reverse operation is that it cancels the number out, and we want to isolate the x. The next thing we need to do is multiply by 7. This gives us 56 is equal to x minus 40. We don't need the brackets anymore as there's nothing outside of the brackets. And finally, we add 40 onto both sides. This gives us 96 is equal to x. So our final answer is that Flossie chirps 96 times per minute. Thank you for watching. We hope you've been able to build on your knowledge of how to do formulae questions. Don't hesitate to leave a comment or reach out on our other platforms. Check out the other videos in the playlist for more solutions on tricky questions from this paper.